As a case manager, I see a big need for volunteers in the schools. The kids have a lot of social skill problems is the biggest thing that I see, not knowing how to build and maintain friendships, not having a lot of self-confidence, grades are, weak, but the biggest thing is just the behavior and the social skills and having a different type of person to look up to, a role model, and somebody who's different than the walk of life that they're living in to say, I want to be like that. That's a little bit different. I would rather do that than the people that I see at home and what they're doing there. So it's just a different perspective, I think, for them. I remember when I was first matched with Isley, it was, I was nervous that day, and I kind of think of when I have volunteers come into it and they're nervous and I tell them, oh, it's going to be fine, but I do remember that feeling. I met Isley just like, any other volunteer would meet their little sister or little brother. A coworker took me and introduced me, and she was just so excited. Her eyes lit up, and she, made me meet her teacher, showed me her classroom. People we would walk by, and she'd be like, "This is my big sister," So she was very proud, and just remembering how proud she was, I just kind of made a mental note, that I wanted to be consistent and be that person that was there for her.
Erica was very nice. She played games with me, and we talked a little bit about each other, about our personalities and things like that. And she told me a lot about herself, and I told her some things about myself. And it was really nice that day that we met.
Isley just had a lot going on at home. She is a naturally good student, and so we've never had to focus on academics, those kind of things. But she's got, fighting and bickering and those kind of things is what she was encountering. Several siblings, so just needing that extra attention. She's always been kind of shy, so it's been neat to watch her kind of open up and come out of her shell, and be more assertive, I think, instead of letting people kind of push her around, to kind of step up and say what she's thinking in certain situations. I met Caitlin actually introducing her to a different big sister. She was just kind of passing through on my caseload. When I was looking at her file, I happened to notice that we have the same birthday, so that was my small talk. Oh, we have the same birthday, Caitlin. And she did mentor with that big sister for a while, and just by chance it didn't work out. And so I agreed towards the end of her school year. I was like, oh, I'll just have lunch with you. Just thinking it would be the one time, just to kind of talk to her about her match closing and make sure she was okay with it. And then she asked me to come back the next week. And so I'm like, oh, okay, well, just one more time. And I just kept going. We just hit it off. And by the end of the school year, I felt the need to make it official because I wasn't willing to give up my time with Caitlin and let her be somebody else's little sister.
She asked me if I wanted a new big sister, and I was nervous about that question. And she said it's all right. She said, if you like, I can become your big sister. She said, you're a really smart kid. And she said, I do have another little sister, so if I can't make it once or twice a week, then I'm sorry. She said, it's going to be hard juggling two little sisters. She said, but if you do, you're a really great kid, and I like to be your big sister. She said, so now is the chance to make your decision. You can have me or another good person as your big sister. I said, you will be fine. I said, I like you. He's like, I like you too.
Caitlin is a child in need of a big sister, mostly just because she doesn't have a lot of stability at home. Sometimes she can be a target at school with other kids, wanting to lash out at her and whatnot. She's got a very assertive personality, so she likes to jump in and take charge, and I always say that those bossy kids are our future leaders, and I think it's a good quality. It just needs to be kind of shaped the right way, and Caitlin's got one of those bossy personalities. She wants to jump in, take charge, have things her way, but she also, I think in many situations uses it in a good way, so someone to kind of teach her and encourage her to know when to jump in and take the lead and when she needs to step back and let others take the lead. It makes me feel really good to be a volunteer and a mentor for both Isley and Caitlin. Well, just because, whenever you see you're valued, and it's in every sense of the word, it's a friendship. So no different than an adult friendship, you know, an adult friend coming to you, you know, you feel good and you feel loved and needed, and it's just rewarding to watch them grow. As a parent, you know, I feel, you know, I enjoy watching my kids grow and thrive, and as a mentor, it's almost the exact same feeling. You know, I mean, at first you know, you start slow, but you develop that relationship, and then, you know, when I seen, you know, Caitlin graduate, you know, 5th grade and went to that ceremony, you know, and just the different milestones and accomplishment, and I feel proud. I think it makes me feel proud. When you think about whether or not you want to be a mentor and whether or not you have the time to do it, it's not a matter of finding the time, it's a matter of making the time for what's important. And to me, it's important, you know, and so, sorry. It doesn't matter what else I have on my plate, I'm happy to do it.
Erica's a great mentor. She really shows me about how Big Brothers Big Sisters is a really great place for kids that be mentoring.
I love this program. The people here are really nice.
As a volunteer, if I was granted one wish for the Big Brothers Big Sisters agency, it would be for every child who wants to volunteer to have one. It's really heartbreaking to go through the process with the children and their families, and to go through the interviews and talk to them and tell them all these great things that are going to happen when they have their special friend, and then to not have enough volunteers to accommodate to that. So they're, you know, that would be my wish, is to have enough volunteers.